My first one was I started journaling. I'm a huge journal enthusiast, guys. Like I have a journal for everything. Every single thing is a journal. But then I just felt, what's that show, Moesha?
Moesha?
Yeah, I felt very Moesha. Like I open my journal and I'll be like, Dear Diary, and it's just like very conventional for me. So I remember I was like, instead of writing a journal, let me just write some words to see what happens. And I guess it kind of turned out into poetry.
The core translates to from the heart, which I feel like a lot of us in this room especially, we dedicate all our time, energy, and just pour our hearts into whatever we're doing creatively. My style of poetry is storytelling, and I like to tell the stories of not only my experiences, but the people around me. The first piece I'm gonna perform for you guys is called All Around Us. There's so much that happens in the city, where do I begin? We pray to God to forgive us, but we still sin. Screaming, free my dogs, but doing the same things that got them locked in the bin. Chasing your dreams, trying to get every win. Smiles on our faces while we try and fight the demons within, but that's not just it. So I want you to hear every word in my sentence. Imagine seeing your boy's body left on roads breathless. That's the stuff that got our parents feeling helpless. All that tension got you feeling more aggressive. Choosing the defenses to rob because the stuff they had got you feeling jealous. Never stopping to see it from the victim's perspective, like, was it me who was selected? OGs telling YGs to expect the unexpected, but
generations teaching generations how to suffer in silence. Every time I spoke in front of a mic, I felt I was winning the battle until my tonsils were inflamed and I didn't leave the house for days. The whispers of my greatest fears tearing me apart. I told you this wasn't for you. Why do you fight so hard? Just give up. March 25th at 10 a.m. 2024. After sifting through all my old poems, thinking the only ones that are good are the ones where I am fighting to be heard. But as seasons shift, the first lunar eclipse under a full moon, a sign of a new beginning. Snow on the ground, a gentle reminder that healing is yet to be done. Nature is telling me there doesn't need to be one way of being. We can be changed. The season of rest and solitude was not fully expressed. One cannot just skip a season. You cannot skip the healing. As I healed and I continue to heal, I realized it never mattered how loud I was. All that mattered was that I did have something to say.
Poets, writers, we all feel like sometimes we're alone. We have these thoughts, sometimes we don't do, and then we feel alone. We're like, oh, people don't really get what I'm talking about. And I felt that way all through my teenage years and even my adulthood. And I wanted to show people that you may have weird dark thoughts, you may have unconventional thoughts, you may have regular thoughts, but this book kind of shows you that you're not alone, that there are people who think the same way as you, and if you can't find anyone else, at least there's me. And
are we more afraid of new skin or old skin? Or perhaps the current skin we're in?
Worry about not fitting in or being left out. So yeah, this is just a poem from the summer, those ones where you're just staring at the ceiling, when you get hurt so bad you reconnect with your inner child, explore your passions again. Yeah, this is that. So okay, I haven't said this in a while, so it's called Disconnect. A girl with insecurities and a boy with priorities meet one day by chance. At first glance, she strikes him as this wonderful force of nature, of chaos and beauty intertwined. She was determined to find the light that made his chocolate brown iris shine bright again, but for now, she settled for the pearly smile peeking through his lips that sunk her heart deep into her hips, and it was only a matter of time before these two became interlinked. Thick as thieves who stole each other's heart, all the while scared to admit it, all the while numb to the feeling, all the while never having experienced it. Maybe it was all in my head, but I like to think that our connection was telekinetic. Looking back, I feel silly for thinking we were on the same page when really we were on two different aisles in the library that is life. The girl too traumatized by past experiences and the boy too hypnotized by future ambitions. You've picked up your feet and headed out west to become your best self. Meanwhile, things for me to continue to go south while I spiral. Time escapes me in this hole of nothingness. I stare at my skin after I pick myself raw, wondering when these bruises on my ego will heal. It's the middle of September, but my heart has already started to freeze over. It's the middle of December, where the image of your cheeky little smile still plays in my head, all the while knowing I should probably let go, and yet I cling to it like a moth to a flame. At least in my memory, things remain the same. Thank you. My Instagram is MXCZE. Yeah, I actually just posted a spoken word piece today, so. Night was a success. Shout out Alondra.
Shout out Michelle. She performed for the first time and absolutely devoured. Oh no.
You couldn't tell me that I wasn't doing this forever, but actually you could, because I was very nervous. I was very nervous, but I had support. Yeah, it was such a safe space, and it's a full moon. And Libra, bitch, they did it for us. It's for us. It's us.